Paddle your own boat to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. It's the only picture I could find of a paddle and a boat. And actually, it's in a puzzle for a traveling book for being on the road that I got for my kids once upon a time. And I still have, I know. But you take the word puzzle and you figure out what's the name of the car. And this one is, of course, Chevrolet, because you're rowing or paddling your own boat. So this idiom's been around since 1844. It first appeared in writing in a book called, or a, I don't know if it was, it was a book, The Settlers in Canada. And after that, it's actually more famously known from a poem by Sarah T. Bolton, who was a women's rights activist who wrote a poem by the name Paddle Your Own Boat, as well as there's been several books called Paddle Your Own Boat. One, I think, is recent as 2013. But so it's a thought, it's an idea that has been around for a long time, and it keeps coming around. Why? Because what it means, what it stands for, gives us an opportunity to really see and understand how we can apply it to not only our own lives, but also to our businesses, growing and building and supersizing them. It stands for being self-reliant, being independent of other individuals, being 100% responsible for our own lives and our own businesses. That's what it says to me. It's like, if I'm paddling my own boat, I am in control of it. I'm deciding what direction I want to go. I'm going to decide if I'm going to paddle to which shore, which customers am I going to serve, which shore am I going to paddle to, where am I going to show up, when am I going to paddle, how often am I going to paddle, how hard am I going to paddle. I get to decide all those things for myself when I am paddling my own canoe. It also reminds me that we need to mind our own business. Now, I don't say that in a bad way, but I think so often we get into this comparing ourselves to others thing, and we forget that what other people are doing we can learn from and we can model, but it doesn't do us a whole lot of good to pay more attention to what they're doing than what we're doing. We need to mind our own business and make sure we're doing what's right for us and our business and the people that we're here to serve. And then finally, it reminds me that we do what we can, right? We do what we can with what we've got right now. Doesn't mean we're not going to go out and get more. It doesn't mean we're not going to find the resources and be resourceful. And actually does remind us that we're going to find the resources and be resourceful to create what it is that we want to see in the world. But we also have to take action now. We can't wait for everything to line up, and we can't wait for it to stop raining before we, paddle back to camp. We can't, whatever. And I don't like to say can't. There's no such thing as can't. But that's our idiom for today. I like this one. I like idioms that I can personally visualize and relate to. I haven't done a whole lot of paddling, probably not since my daughter was in Girl Scout camp, where we did paddle canoes, which was very hilarious, by the way, with a bunch of little girls paddling canoes. But it also taught us a lot about teamwork and working together, and that if we're all doing what we need to do when we need to do it, we can go further faster than if we're not working together, etc. So, love to know your take on this particular idiom, paddle your own canoe. How has this impacted your business and growing your business? Share in the comments below so we can learn from one another. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it to supersize and grow your business? Have an awesome day.